So it's the Boeing 747-400 taking a flight here from Orlando to Frankfurt, Germany. So on this diagram here, you're going to see on row 29 where the arrows are pointing forward. That's where we were sitting. This is basically the standard economy seating, but with additional legroom. So we start our little journey here in Orlando, Florida. This is Terminal B. I forgot the exact gate, but it gets quite crowded down here. Lufthansa has 2 gates down here in the corner. So here we are, sort of making our way down the walkway here. I still haven't actually seen the plane yet because of the way the layout goes here. So we come around this corner here and we kind of get our first view of the jet. The massive 747-400. This is about around 8 o'clock at night. The scheduled departure time was 8:01, but we were a little late kind of pulling out there. So here we are boarding the plane. Make our way across. And upstairs is business class. To the left right here is first class. Really expensive seating. So again, upstairs business class, first class in the front. You kind of see there, you get a nice long look down the plane at the economy section. The 747 is just massive. I mean, you really kind of get a feel for just how big it is once you start to move around the plane. Look how big the galley is here. I mean, these things are huge. And it's definitely the largest plane I've ever been on before. But it's pretty cool. So this little divider here is actually the divider, not that there is much one, but it's the divider between the premium economy section there in front of us where the lady is standing and our little row of extended legroom in the economy section. So here we are in Orlando. We're a little late. This is probably about 8:20, 8:30. We were supposed to have taken off 8:01 or pushed back, I guess, at 8:01. I don't know how they consider that, but so this is my legroom. I'm 6 feet tall. Got my legs fully extended, plenty of room. And it's a little interesting here because this row that we're on is actually three seats to the row, but there's only 2 seats in front of us. So the person on the aisle actually doesn't really have a seat in front of them per se because of the configuration. So, but the person in the middle and the person on the aisle sort of have to kind of share the seat in front of them, if you will. So it's starting to get dark. We watched the little safety video as we're sort of taxiing. Pretty cool video. They don't do, I guess on Lufthansa, they don't do the traditional thing where the flight attendants show you, with the demonstration. You have to basically watch the video. But one of the neat things is you can watch it here on your little display that you pull up from the seat. So that was pretty cool. And so you got your little buttons down here. The top button reclines the seat. The bottom button brings out the little display there. And right in the armrest there is where the tray table kind of comes up and then folds over. Unfortunately, we didn't get any video of us eating, but so right there is the USB port, and then you've got your little headphones port. But yeah, we didn't get any video of us eating, but the food was pretty good. It's all prepared ahead of time, of course, but this is an overnight flight where you basically leave at, in the evening at night in Orlando, and you scheduled arrival in Frankfurt is like 10:50 in the morning Frankfurt time, so it's an overnight. So what they do is they feed you dinner, quote unquote, about an hour and a half or so into the flight once you're airborne. And then about an hour or so before you land is they come back around and they sort of serve you a breakfast. So you essentially get 2 meals on the flight. So here we are, starting to move, and we're taxiing. You'll love the 747. When that thing kicks in, you just feel it. All 4 of those engines, when it fires up, you definitely feel it. So the interesting thing about this flight, at least to me, is the fact that Lufthansa runs this flight every 24 hours. There's a flight leaving Orlando at 8 o'clock at night, and arriving in Frankfurt, Germany, 10:50 in the morning, the next day, of course. And then around 1 o'clock-ish in the afternoon in Frankfurt, that same return flight comes back to Orlando and arrives right around 6 p.m. So basically, there's almost constantly a 747 in the air, either direction. And there's only, about a 2 or 3 hour turnaround. And now there's obviously different planes, but they scheduled the flight numbers. They're pretty consistent. I think it's LH485 and LH484. I think those are the two, and you can pretty much Google them, and you'll see that if you look on the Flight Stats website, you'll see them pretty much just set to take off every single day, and you could look at the statistics for the day before and the and all that kind of stuff, or the last couple of days. And the interesting thing is the on-time departure percentage in both directions, either leaving Orlando or leaving Frankfurt, it's only about 30-something%. But they have a consistent scheduling on them, every single day. So it's pretty. I guess there's that much traffic going to and from Germany or Europe into Orlando for all the Disney World stuff. You see, I've got my headphones there plugged in. I've got my phone plugged in to charge my phone. That video right there was one of the videos available on the plane in the Lufthansa section. So he's sort of describing the activities in the cockpit and how they do the radio traffic. It was pretty cool. It's a little 10-minute video, and they've got games you can play. They've got first-run movies. It's great. I mean, this flight was about 8 hours and something minutes in the air, and it flew by. And they kind of show you periodically, if you put it on a certain display, you can see where you're at on the map, and they'll show you down in that bottom left corner. It'll show you the arrival time. It'll show you like the temperature, the speed, the altitude, everything. You'll see that in a second as we show some more clips of the information that they show on here. So we're a couple of hours out. There you go. Look at that, minus 50 degrees Celsius outside the plane. It's crazy. So you get, and the cool thing is they kind of cycle back and forth between English and German. So they're constantly showing the same information in both languages. And so we're probably about 8 o'clock in the morning here, maybe about 8:30. We made up the time because we were a little late leaving, but I think we arrived on time. So this display here is one of the other views they give you, kind of, I guess, out the cockpit of what the pilots are looking at. We're now only about 219 kilometers away from Frankfurt. Making our way in. So I mentioned earlier that we were sitting in the economy section, but we had the extended legroom. I don't know if you caught it on the original diagram that I showed there at the beginning of the clip, but there are not very many rows that have that extended legroom. So if you plan on booking an economy flight on this particular route, either direction, you're going to want to go after those extended legroom seats as early as you can. They're not bad. They were about an additional $100 per person per direction. So because my wife and I were flying together, and of course it's a round-trip flight, I think it cost me an extra $400. So basically booking economy with the extended legroom wasn't too bad. It was maybe $2,300. I don't remember the exact cost, but the interesting thing was the premium economy was a lot more expensive. It was averaging $4,500, and I was like, yeah, I don't know that I can do that. But so here we are flying over Frankfurt. We're getting pretty close here. I think you're going to see in a minute we actually fly over the Rhine River as we're on the final approach coming into Frankfurt. And we do kind of an interesting pattern. You'll see it on the screen here. We sort of do like this hook as we get very, very close to Frankfurt. I guess we're coming in from the northwest, and we need to land maybe as if we're heading to the northeast or something. I'm not sure. Here we go. We do this little hook, which is kind of an interesting. We're sort of coming around, and we're about to fly over the Main River right there. But then we also end up, I guess the Main River and the Rhine River kind of connect, and we sort of fly over the Rhine River at that connection. So, because I was looking at this video footage and I was trying to figure out which river we were flying over. So we're down to just 25 miles, so we're just about to touch down in Frankfurt, Germany. So we're almost done with this video. We're over the runway and just about to land. Coming up in a video later on, I'm going to show you the outbound flight where we leave Frankfurt and start to head back to Orlando. And that one is going to be interesting because I'm going to show you just how big the Frankfurt airport is and how much fun it can be to try to find your way around. So be sure to look out for that one. That'll be coming up later as I put these videos together from this 2-week vacation. Hey, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, be sure to hit the like button. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, hit that subscribe button and don't forget the bell icon so you can be notified when I post a new video.